a child, and my mom and my dad are trying to save my grandparents in the fire.
Okay, the whole house is on fire?
No, I'm shaking right now. I'm sorry. I'm so scared.
I'm getting the fire department on the way out there. Hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Okay, how old are you?
9 years old.
Okay, and you said you were trying to get your grandparents out of the house?
We're trying to get everybody out the house, evacuating the house. Me and my sisters are at the house, and my mom, my dad are trying to get my grandparents and my uncle out the house.
Okay.
Hello?
I'm still here. Do you know the phone number that you're calling me from?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Okay, you do not know the phone number?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, I do already have help started to you. Is there any adult available that I can speak to?
No, there is not. They are trying.
Okay, tell them they need to get out of the house, okay? And I want you to get out of the house, too, okay?
We are at the house.
Y'all are out of the house? Is
You are?
everybody out of the house?
I'm so sorry. I'm shaking right now.
I understand. It is okay. You're doing a good job. Okay?
The little one's doing amazing, and I know I've said this before, but talking to kids in an emergency, I feel bad talking to them, but I love talking to them because they're very blunt and they're very honest. And you can tell, like, even though there's this chaotic scene going on behind her, for the most part, she's pretty darn calm for what's happening. I know we want to talk to an adult because you want to get probably more like specific facts and details. But as you can hear, there are some adults in the background. I don't know if it's the grandmother or the mother, but clearly they're very frantic, and I'm sure that's because they're trying to put out the fire. So right now is probably not the time to like really egg the kid on, which the dispatcher's not doing, to get the parents on the line, because clearly they're doing their own thing, trying to either get people out or trying to put out the fire. So she's doing amazing. I think the dispatcher's doing amazing.
Okay. Can you tell me if everybody's out of the house? Like, is your grandparents out?
No, they're not.
The grandparents are not out of the house.
No, neither.
Okay. And you do see flames and smoke, correct?
Yes,
Okay, where did you see the flames at?
in the living room.
It was where?
In the living room.
In the living room?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what started it?
No.
No? Okay.
So it varies with callers. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, and we're really focused on what she's saying. So I heard her say the living room. So sometimes we repeat, like, did you say the living room? And sometimes callers get frustrated, but then we tell them, like, it's really hard to hear you. I'm sorry, but are you saying it's in the living room? Or sometimes people have really thick accents, so we want to make sure that, hey, we're only asking you these questions repetitively because we need to make sure that this is exactly what you're saying, because we're relaying everything to the officers. So it is kind of hard. Sometimes people are on speakerphone or Bluetooth, and it makes it really hard to hear them too. So we'll ask them, like, hey, it's really hard. So if that's one of the two things you're using, please go back to the hard line so we can hear you better. Or if there's people screaming in the background, like, we're just honest, like, hey, I can't hear you. There's a lot of people screaming. Are you able to move out of the room or, go somewhere else? If not, like, really talk into the phone so I can hear you and we can move forward. So it just depends on who you're talking to and what your caller's like. You kind of just get their character, I guess, and kind of know how they're responding to you, and then just go from there. So like the little one, you could probably tell her, hey honey, I know you're really upset right now. Take a deep breath. I need you to talk a little bit slower. Where is this at? But she's doing good. You can only do so much, so you just got to work with what you got.
Okay, I'm going to stay on the phone with you, okay, until people get there. So don't hang up with me. Are y'all in the front yard?
We are in the backyard, ma'am.
You're in the backyard?
Yes.
Okay, and who are you out there with right now? You out with your parents?
No, they are trying to put the fire out.
I understand that they're trying to put the fire out, but can you please tell them they need to not go back in that house?
Mom, you can't go up in there.
They're not listening to you? Okay.
Yeah, they're like up there in the living room.
Okay, can you see the fire from outside?
Yes, the smoke is like coming outside.
Smoke is not coming outside?
Yes, it's like coming outside.
Okay, and you do not see your grandparents, correct? They're still inside that house?
Mammy, come on.
Don't hang up with me, okay? I'm staying on the phone with you till somebody gets there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, please do not hang up this phone. Okay, you hear somebody? Okay, but stay on the phone with me, okay? Can somebody go to the front yard where your driveway is?
The police are here.
The police are there? Okay, can you go to the front where the police are? Do not go into the house, okay? Can you walk around the outside of your house to the front yard?
Mammy, come on. Come on. Mammy. Okay, ma'am.
I understand, but you said there's a police officer there, correct?
Yes, there is. We won't have to come. This is a firefighter job. We cannot pull this out.
I know. There's firefighters on the way too, okay?
She's so cute. I'm glad they're here, but, you know, the firefighters need to get here. She's so cute. Yeah, I mean, she's a smart kid. She's doing really good.
Okay, but officers are getting there first. And you said there's an officer there?
Yes, there's an officer there.
Okay, I'm going to let y'all talk to the officer, okay? Fire department should be pulling up any minute.
Okay, I'm
Okay. It's okay. They're going to take care of it for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. You did a good job. I'm going to hang out with you, okay?
Yes.
All right, I'm hanging up.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Yeah, she did really good. She was able to give out her address right away and let the dispatcher know what's going on, who's in the house, how the fires started. Stayed on the phone with her and kept updating her with the smoke and the flames and if she was in the backyard, and then letting her know that the officers are there. And she just did amazing. And this is why I like kids so much. They're just very direct and to the point, and they're smart little things, and they're really good observers, and they're able to tell you a lot of information. So she did good. The operator did a really good job also being able to stay calm and just talk to the child at her level and not get frustrated with all of the chaos that was in the background. And even though at times it was really hard to understand the little girl, the operator just did really good getting all the information out that she needed to. And it also sounded like she was also the one on the radio giving all that information to the officers that were arriving. So it was really good. It was a really good call overall. It was a good, happy-ish ending despite the fire. It's hard. It's definitely hard because we're doing a lot. We're hearing what the caller is telling us, and then we're also trying to pay attention to the background noises also, because that tells a different story. So our brains are amazing, and even though we're not visually seeing things, we're putting together the story in our head, and we're kind of like building it as we go with what we hear and what we're being told. And then we have to put that description inside the call as well when we're typing it up. So we would let them know, hey, we hear a large disturbance in the background. I think there was maybe a total of 7 people at the house, including her. So we'd put that in there. The grandparents are still inside. They haven't come out. The parents are still inside. They're not listening to the juvenile to come out. She has a younger sister, I think is what she said. So we're putting all of those pieces together, and sometimes it's really, really hard. But then sometimes you hear conflicting information in the background. So you want to confirm with whoever the caller is, like, hey, I just heard them say there's a gun. Is that accurate or is it not? And we put both sides of that story in there so that the officers know, hey, we heard somebody mention a gun. The caller's saying that they haven't seen one. So it's still like telling them, like, there's this possibility that either there is one or this person's lying. So it's hard. It really is. And then on top of it, some of us are on the radio also. So there's a lot of multitasking going on with dispatch. So you have the background noise, you have the caller itself, and then you have the officers talking to you and you talking to the officers too, and also inputting all of that information to the call. So there's a lot of multitasking going on, and you kind of have to adjust your, what we call it, our hearing ear, or our radio ear and our phone ear, to pick out what's the important pieces of all of those things. So it's a little chaotic, and it takes a long time to kind of navigate through all that, but it's through experience that we learn.